welcome. Today we're going to do something a little different than our normal roguelikes and such. We're going to be playing an adventure game. This is a point and click by Wadget Eye Games. It's called Blackwell Legacy. This is a series of 4 games. Each one, with the first 3 at least, only been a couple hours apiece. And I picked this up on GOG a little while back during one of their adventure game sales, where you can go in and it was one of those, for $10 you could pick any 5 games you wanted out of a list of a bunch of them. And this collection was what counts as one of the games at that time. You can currently get on GOG the whole set of 4 for $15. I believe it's on Steam as well for $20 if you'd like your DRM. Or just like it with all your other games. That's fair. Whatever works for you. So when I picked this up, I didn't know anything about it other than the Metacritic score was pretty good. So I'm going to also not tell you anything about it. Does that work for you? Well, if not, you can go Google it yourself in the meantime. So, this is what I know. Like I said, it's Blackwell Legacy. There's other ones, Blackwell Unbound, I think. I want to say Blackwell Supremacy, but that's probably, I'm thinking, Born Supremacy. It's a whole different thing. There's nothing like this at all. So, with that complete lack of actual introduction, let us get started. We don't want instructions. I have played through this once before. And here we go, day 1.
So, I guess this is it. Years of watching and waiting and hoping, and it comes down to this. Do I love you? Do I miss you? I don't know for sure, I hardly know you. But you're the closest thing to family I've got, and I suppose that's something. Goodbye, Auntie. Wherever you are.
So one thing to note is that there's a lot of voice acting in this game. It's a lot of text, a lot of talking. So I'm going to try not to talk over it too much, which means I'll be talking a lot less than in, Binding of Isaac or something like that, where there's nothing for you to really hear anyway. Like I said, I'll try to talk over them. I'll try to keep the volume up loud enough so that you can hear what they're saying. I'll also keep subtitles on all the time so we can go on. So that's how we start. That was Rosa. And she was throwing some ashes over a bridge of her aunt. And we saw that little...
At least I'm home now.
We saw that little, with a smoke or something that came up off the bridge after she dumped the ashes that she didn't see, of course. We'll see what that's about later. So we're back on. This is us. Like I said, standard point and click adventure. There's a window. Here's some dude. Here's our front door. And you click to move. There is an inventory up here. Matter of fact, we have a letter. Let's go ahead and read our letter. Miss Blackwell, that's us. My name is Dr. Donald Quinton, and I was your aunt's primary care physician here at Bellevue Hospital. I've seen to your aunt's needs since she arrived here 25 years ago. Please accept my heartfelt condolences for your loss. Feel free to visit my office at any time. I'm sure we have much to discuss. Sincerely, Donald Quinton, M.D. So you see, this is from 2006. This game was released in 2006. I guess that's not really super useful. This Donald Quinton is from Bellevue Medical Hospital. The important part in here, besides that we can go see him, is that your aunt's needs since she arrived here 25 years ago. So she's been in the hospital 25 years before she died. And now we are by ourselves off on some bridge, spreading her ashes. So what's up with that? We will have to see as we go. So let's talk to this guy who's smoking. So what he's got to say.
Hi there.
Hi?
So who are you visiting today?
Myself?
Huh?
Seriously, who are you here to see? Can't let you in unless you tell me.
I live here?
No, you don't. I know everybody in the building. I don't know you.
Because it's New York and we don't talk to people. Come on now. Let's see what we got. We got some choices down here. We are... Ask who he
Who
is.
the hell are you?
There you go.
Birdo.
All right.
Jim.
Where's the regular doorman?
Geez, where have you been? He's on strike.
He's what?
At my aunt's funeral, you
Building
jerk.
Servicemen in the city are doing it. Union rules or something. I stepped in to help because I know everybody.
How come nobody told me?
Notices were posted all over the building. I put them up myself. If you lived here, you'd have seen them.
Who pays attention to things like that?
Good
Well,
point.
That's not my problem.
Your problem when she punches you in the face.
Listen, I really live here. 4th floor, number 4E.
4E.
Yep.
Isn't that apartment empty?
No!
Obviously
I
not.
live there, and I want to go there. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you're telling the truth.
He sees reason, thank God.
Do you have any ID? A driver's license or something?
Yes, I have a driver's license. It's upstairs. In my desk drawer. Crap. Come on, this is New York. Who actually drives?
True, but I still can't let you in unless you prove you live here.
Well, let's walk up there. Can we...
Okay.
Ask for help?
I have no ID, and you don't know me. What can I do to prove that I live here?
Well, can anyone in the building vouch for you?
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't really know anybody here.
How long have you lived here again?
Be quiet. Not all of us are social butterflies.
Okay,
Indeed.
Whatever. Hey, what about Nishanti Sharma? He could vouch for you.
Let's find who that
Who
is.
is this Nish?
Nishanti. Nishanti Sharma. She lives in 4F. You know, right next door to 4E. You really don't get out much, do you?
Your point?
Nothing, but I'm sure she could vouch for you.
Great, call her up.
She's not here.
Of course she isn't. So I gotta wait here all day for her.
You might have to. Although, she usually goes to Washington Square Park in the mornings. You could look for her there.
You are paying. Let's find out what this strike that other guy's
How
on.
long is the strike going to last?
I don't know. Could be a couple hours or a couple days, depending on whether they reach a settlement or not. I don't know the details.
You are not useful.
Please, I've had a really tough morning. I need to get home.
Sorry, lady. Rules are rules.
Punch him in the face. Alright, so we don't have proof, do we? Let's show
I have
something.
my apartment key. Will that do?
Sorry, no. That could be any key.
Well, let's go upstairs and see if it works.
And leave the door unattended? Can't do it. Sorry.
Just lock the door for a minute. Alright, let's forget this guy. Let's go.
See you around.
I'll be back. I'm sorry for that. I'm very sorry for that. Alright, let's... Can't go that way. Let's go this way. Let's leave this guy. So here's our map view. We are here at Rose's apartment. We can go to Washington Square Park, which is where Nishanti is. Or we got Bellevue Psychiatric Hospital. Let's go there. Since we've got that letter with the doctor, he said he can visit any time. Maybe this strike will be over. That's a bad sign for this place. One place is closed. Anything over here? Nope. Oh, fuse box? What's
Looks
this?
like a fuse box.
Thank
Judging
you.
by the flickering lights, it must be broken.
So I can't do
You
anything
need
to
a
it?
key to open it.
Ah, okay.
Locked. Whatever's back there, I can't get to it.
So we got a place where, you know, this part's closed. There's a phone. We don't need to call anybody. We got over here. We got a radio corner. I'm sure we can't get around without this guy yelling at us. Some keys. Let's click keys.
I don't think I need any of these keys. Some small keys. One of them is labeled FB. I assume that means fuse box.
Alright, so I'm assuming, of course, this is an adventure game. I'm assuming we would need one of those keys at some point. But for now, we don't. So let's talk to the guard. We don't expect he knows anything about this. So that's about the lights that were blinking.
What's with the lights?
You have Ghost?
Old buildings, you know? Always got problems. If the plumbing ain't broken, the lights are on the blink. It's giving me a headache, let me tell you.
Fair enough. Let us ask
I'm
about
here to
Dr.
see
Quentin.
Uh-huh. Is he expecting you?
I've got this letter right here.
Okay, looks legit. Go right in. His name's on the door, you can't miss it.
Thanks.
That was surprisingly easy. What kind of adventure game is this?
Come in.
Dr. Quentin?
Yes.
I'm Rosangela Blackwell.
Oh, hello. Come in, come in.
It's like a trustworthy man in a blazer.
Got my letter, I trust.
Yes, I did.
Good, good. My condolences on the loss of your mother.
Mother, what? Let's see. Stern, polite, or subtle. Let's just be polite. Polite sounds
Thanks, but she was my aunt, not my mother.
Ah, quite right, quite right.
So you wanted to talk to me about something?
Yes, I did. But before we go into that, how are you holding up?
Let's see. Expected. That's not a real question, right?
I'm fine.
That's good to hear. You received the ashes?
Yes, I scattered them this morning.
I imagine you must miss her.
Then some purple mist came up. Let's be honest.
To be honest, I'm not sure what to feel. It's not like I knew her, or even remember her from before. She's like a stranger.
So why did you make it a point of visiting her all those years?
Because I'm not a jerk. Habit, family. Where's the I'm not an awful person option? Right here. I'm not an awful person. Family.
She was the only family I had. I guess I felt an obligation, like I had to.
And now that you don't have to?
What do you want me to say? Auntie's dead, life goes on.
So you'll just keep living, is that it?
Yes.
Keep writing your little book reviews in the paper, right?
You sound kind of
You know
condescending
about
there.
those?
It's hardly a secret. A number of the staff have read them, yes.
I didn't think a West Village paper would interest anyone up here.
I have to be honest, Miss Blackwell. The staff read them because they were more interested in you.
Why are you stalking me?
Okay, I am this close to leaving. Why am I here?
Their intentions were purely benign, I assure you. It was your
I was
aunt
expecting.
they were primarily interested in. They wanted to know more about her family, and you proved to be, shall we say, less than eager to comply?
That's their problem.
Indeed. It was your choice to make. Your aunt was an interesting case. And now that she's gone, I was hoping you'd be more forthcoming with me. Just an informal chat. We can discuss her condition. And yours too, of course.
First off, my condition? I don't have a condition. I am fine. You've lost your mind. But I really wasn't expecting her defensive stance to be quite that defensive. I was hoping for, like, guarded, shut down, don't really say much, not snap at him. Anyway, we're gonna get to that in a minute. Because we know about that. That's surprising. But let's not be so eager and ask about
You never
Auntie's
could
condition.
find out what was wrong with her, huh?
No, we didn't.
After 25
Still
years.
remains a fascinating case.
Fascinating. I don't understand.
Forgive me. I speak from a purely professional perspective. I didn't know your aunt personally.
Neither did I, but fascinating?
It might come as a surprise to you, but yes.
But she was practically catatonic. All she did was lie there for 20 years. She'd sometimes twitch or mumble something incoherent, but I wouldn't call that fascinating.
Well, as you know, she wasn't exactly catatonic. We kept her sedated.
Right, she had outbursts.
Yes, and we had to sedate her heavily to keep her calm, especially in preparation for your visits.
What are you trying to say?
Miss Blackwell,
I was about to say that, exactly.
We're not content to merely keep a patient comfortable. We are, after all, in the healing profession. We were trying to heal your aunt, and to do that, we had to speak to her.
Wait, you spoke to Auntie.
We tried to.
Did she answer back?
After a fashion, yes.
Was it like, Cthulhu talking through or something? Was it Exorcist? Did she spin her head around? Let's ask it. We can't just jump topics now to ask for our condition.
If Auntie spoke, why wasn't I told?
Miss Blackwell, do you remember what brought your aunt here in the first place? Her screaming, her hitting herself?
I was only 5 years old at the time, but I kind of remember.
In order to prevent her from doing harm to herself or to others, we were forced to sedate her. When we limited her medication, she simply reverted to her former state. Her natural state, I'm sorry to add.
What did Auntie say?
Nothing that made any sense. But one thing was clear. She was in great pain.
Pain? What kind of pain?
It's difficult to say, but it was immense.
How immense?
When we reduced her medication, the transformation was dramatic. Her eyes flew open, She thrashed. Her screams. Well, we had to gag her eventually.
My God.
I know.
Just give her
Did
some more
she still
drugs.
feel it when she was sedated?
We don't know. There's no way of knowing.
25 years.
I know.
Poor Auntie.
Alright, yes, poor Auntie. Now, to the important question. Let's ask about
Wait,
what you mean my condition.
My condition.
Hereditary dementia is my specialty, Miss Blackwell.
I do not have
In my
dementia.
opinion, there is significant cause for concern.
Sorry, did you say hereditary?
Yes, 2 generations. Your aunt and your grandmother before her.
My grandmother?
Yes, Patricia, I think her name was, right?
I never knew my grandmother. Auntie Lauren was it. There was nobody else. She couldn't exactly provide me with a family history.
Oh, I see. I had no idea.
Well, maybe you should have. Did anyone else come in to visit her besides me?
No, you are correct. I should have read the family history more carefully. I do apologize. I just assumed. Well, never mind. It doesn't change the fact that you should be concerned as well.
Go on.
Patricia Blackwell suffered her mental collapse at the age of 55. Lauren Blackwell underwent hers at the age of 40.
What are you saying? That the same thing is going to happen to me?
No, I'm saying that there is significant cause for concern.
Okay, because I'm 30. So I have 10 years or no years. That's
So,
great.
I had a grandmother.
Apparently
Obviously.
How do you know about her?
Everyone has a grandmother, come on.
When she was brought to us, Patricia Blackwell's symptoms were the same, word for word. Patricia's case was severe, and she was young, but it was chalked up to being an ordinary case of dementia. Until
Until it struck her daughter.
20 years later, when it struck her daughter, yes.
It seems impossible.
Perhaps it's genetic, but we've detected no abnormality.
Alright, so let's ask about the links between the two diseases, if there were any.
Couldn't find any other link between the two cases.
None, aside from the family connection. And a name.
A name? What name?
The documentation we had on your grandmother is minimal, but there was one interesting item noted. During her more lucid moments, she uttered the name Joey. Your aunt, too, would cry out that name on occasion.
Who the hell's Joey?
Yes.
Who's Joey?
We've been wondering the same thing for 25 years.
You didn't think to ask me when I came to visit? 25 years. You didn't think to say, hey, only girl who apparently knows this woman. You know who Joey is? Oh, no? Okay. You said you know. Why are you waiting until now for this? I'm
So what
frustrated.
should I
Let's do
do?
this.
Right now, nothing. This type of thing is unprecedented. There is no procedure to go through, no medication I can give you. I just want you to be aware, is all. And come talk to me if, well, there's any concern.
Of course there's concern. You just told me I might have dementia.
Is there anything else you need to tell me before I go?
Your aunt had some personal effects in storage. As the next of kin, you're the beneficiary. It's just a folder, some documents and so on. It's being sent to your address via messenger.
Oh, well, thanks for that.
It's no problem at all. Goodbye, Miss Blackwell. My schedule is fairly open now, so feel free to drop in anytime. I'm always happy to discuss my favorite patient.
Sure.
So what do we know? We know that the game starts off with Rosa. Her aunt dies. She's spreading her ashes. We see some purple, smoky mist something when she's done. We are still locked out of our apartment, so no point in going back there. We went and talked to Aunt Lauren's doctor, who told us that she had dementia, and we do as well. Well, we might as well. We don't know if we do or not. But he's scared that we might, and of course now we're going to be terrified and having the worst day ever. And that's how things start. So we're going to stop there for now, and I will pick up here next time whenever we go down to Washington Square Park to find this Nishanti and see if we can get back in our house. See you then.